Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Contenders Coaches Show. I'm your host, Coach Devon Powell, Law High School head football coach and assistant basketball coach. We're here with you another week to bring you another great show. Hope you all had a great Monday today, and glad you took some time out of your busy schedules to check in on us here at the the Contenders podcast show. Appreciate all of our listeners and viewers, man, and we just thank you for all the support that you've been giving us, these last couple of months since the show has started. We got a good show coming up today, as always. We're going to talk PG County football, recap what happened this weekend in PG County 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A football. We're going to talk to Coach Williams, Bowie High School flag football head coach. They told you the county started back with flag football. Well, started up flag football this year, sponsored and supported by the Washington Commanders. So we're going to talk to her and get her her view of how flag football is going so far. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and then we'll finish up and we'll preview this week's upcoming games in PG County football, and go from there, man. So appreciate you again for all just listening in with me. My co-host, Midnight Rider, is running a little late from work today, so he may join us a little bit later. And then when he comes in, he'll hop right in and do his thing. So let's get into what happened this week in PG County football. I'll start off with my game, of course. My Law Spartans, we went down to Upper Marlboro to take on the Wise Pumas, and, didn't turn out too good for us. We lost the game 65-8 to Wise, and, it was a learning experience for our guys, man. They just didn't show up to play. But we're back in the drawing board. We're back in the saddle this week. We had a good day of practice today, and we're going to get right back at it. One thing don't stop the show, and we still got lofty goals. And, we're going to keep on rocking with it. So that's what happened in my game this week, man. In other PG County action, we had Charles Flowers High School taking on Roosevelt Raiders. Flowers won the game 26-0. We also had Duval High School traveling down to Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill won that game 49-0. Parkdale played against Potomac. Potomac was the winner of that game 38-0. Bowie High School took on Bladensburg High School, and that final score was Bowie 65, Bladensburg 0. A lot of lopsided games this week. Northwestern traveled to Forestville to take on Suitland on Saturday, and Suitland won that game 49-0. Those are your 4A games, and mixed in with a couple of 3A, 2A, 1A schools. Let's see. Then we had, excuse me while I get there. I'm just rushing off the practice field, so still getting myself together. We had Frederick Douglass take on Lake Clifton. Frederick Douglass beat them 45-0. A Baltimore opponent. Fremont Heights also played a Baltimore school, and Frederick Douglass from Baltimore, and Fremont Heights won 31-0. Wynn Park, who had the big win over Bowie last week, went out to play Newtown in Baltimore County, and they lost that game 26-12. Largo played against Glen Burnie. Glen Burnie came to Largo to play them. Largo opened up their field, their newly redone field, Friday night. I got to get the score on that one. I know Glen Burnie won the game, but I'm not sure what the score was. And let me see who else we had. We had Surrattsville They went to take on the Digital Pioneers from out DC, and they lost 60-0. Friendly played against Kip from out DC, Kip College Prep. They lost 34-8. Then we had Central High School take on Reginald F. Lewis, another Baltimore school, and Central defeated Reginald Lewis 36-0. So that's your rundown of PG County sports football this weekend. Another good week of football, man, and we're in mid form now, so all the schools are gearing up, moving along with their season. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Coach Marcus said Glen Burnie defeated Largo 27-0. All right, appreciate that update. So some lopsided games this week, and some schools that have some high expectations didn't fare too well, but still early in the season. Week 2 just finished up. We're heading into week 3. We got another slate of good games coming up this week, which we'll touch bases later in the show. I didn't get an update. I wanted to talk more about the girls' flag. They had their opening week last week. We'll get into that with Coach Williams when she comes on. But girls' flag football started their season last Tuesday, where we played at 4 different sites. 4 sites hosted at least 3 games. I know our Spartans, our Lady Spartans, took on Bowie High School, and they came up short in that game. But it was a good game, and they played hard. And like I said, we'll get a recap of that when Coach Williams comes on. But I'll get an update of all the scores from opening week, and we'll discuss on next week's show how that's going. Busy weekend in national sports. Some big news that we got today for our Commanders fans. Y'all see my Commanders stuff back there. Jaden Daniels, our starting quarterback, has a sprained knee. Not sure if he'll be ready to go against the Raiders this weekend at 1:00 at FedEx Field, or whatever it's called, Northwest Stadium now. But it doesn't seem too serious. So, this may be a good week for him to rest up, let Marcus Mariota take over, and go from there and see what happens. My Maryland Terps, not my Maryland Terps, but our Maryland Terps, they had a big win, a big blowout win over Towson. And freshman quarterback Malik Washington just continues to show everybody how good he is, man. And, as a true freshman starting, everybody in this area remembers him from his days at Spalding on the basketball court and the football field. And, he's doing his thing there, man. He's taking that job, man. He's run with it, man. And it's kind of exciting to see the young fella develop over these last 3 weeks, and looking for big things for him, man. So shout out to my guys over there at Spalding, Coach Pratt, and the football coaches over there, and Coach Pratt's basketball coach. But shout out to them, man, and let's keep on cheering, one of our local kids out and making sure that he's enjoying his little successful run there. All right. Now, while we wait for our first guest to join, like I said, we got Coach Williams coming in from Bowie High School to discuss flag football. My co-host, Midnight Rider, running a little late today. Got held up at work. He'll jump in here as soon as he can. All right. And the goal, hopefully by next week, man, I'll be able to start updating us more on all the PG County sports, soccer, volleyball. Can't lie. I've been so consumed with my season and getting things together and, just regular life. I haven't been able to get all the updates and information to bring to you guys yet, but we're going to get there. And then soon we're going to start our Contenders female athlete of the week, male athlete of the week, and coach of the week. Well, the next couple of weeks, we'll get to that level, and we'll start highlighting some of the good things that's happening in PG County sports. All right. So we got my guest for tonight has just joined the room. So we're going to add Coach Williams to the room. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, Shout out to Coach Parrish for hooking this up for.
He did.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm tired, but I'm
Hey,
good. I'm good.
I understand. I just got off the practice field myself and had to run in and get things set up. 1 second, my dog is going crazy right now. All right. Um, so how's things going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with the progress my girls are making out there. Um, yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, I'm glad you was able to take some time out to talk to us. I trust me. I know you're tired. I won't keep you too long. But
You're good. You're good.
so the with this show, we started this show a couple of months ago, and it's to highlight all the athletics that's going on in PG County. And I don't want it just to be a football thing because I'm a football coach. So we wanted
Mhm.
to spotlight all our sports. We've had wrestling coaches on, we had track coaches. So you're our first flag football coach. Um, and my boss is on the show. They was like, hey, we got to get a flag football coach on here so we can show the ladies some love and hear all the exciting things that's going on in the county with flag football. So I'm glad
Thank
you was
you.
able to come on. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been coaching, and because I know you coached some other things before too, and you had a son that played at Bowie as well.
I did. Well, actually, this is my first time coaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my son's dad, he was a coach for a lot of years. So I've been around coaching for sure for a lot of years. But I've played sports for a number of years. That kind of took a
Okay.
back burner when my kids were coming through, so I had to, get them through. But
Hmm.
this is my first official coaching job.
Okay. Wow. Well, okay. New sport to the county and your first job. All right. So you're experiencing all the ups and downs and the exciting things that comes along with coaching in PG County, huh?
Oh boy, I'm learning a lot. They just throw me in the pool.
Yeah. Outside of all the administrative stuff that we have to deal with as head coaches, which can be a pain in the butt. But it is refreshing once we can get to our seasons and the seasons start. So how things been going as far as the level of excitement and interest that you've received from the school and the girls so far?
Oh boy, it's a lot of interest. I literally had someone today ask could they join the team. Like, we're a little into the season now, but yeah, because a lot of girls, this is their first sport that they've ever played.
Hmm.
And so they're not familiar with, the fall sports starting before school actually starts. So they, didn't even hear about it until they got to school. And so then they were really excited and wanted to participate. But, we have limited number of spots available.
Right.
Would love to take everyone, but it's just, not feasible to do that. But I think there's a lot of excitement. And so I think the sport will continue to grow every year.
Yeah, this was we had a lot of interest at law as well. I know we had a group of girls 2 years ago, a couple of years ago, that they was very interested in playing. Unfortunately, all of them have graduated now, so they didn't get to see the
Mhm.
day that it came. But
Right.
we've had a lot of interest at the school, especially after the uniform reveal. After they saw
Right.
it happen, then everybody wanted to come out. So that was a good thing, a great thing by the Commanders to help out in that aspect. Um,
Absolutely.
so how how's things going with the level of play from the girls? Like, have you seen that they're really interested and excited to come out there and come to practice every day?
Oh yeah, they're very dedicated. They're out there every day. And I will say just from our first scrimmage to where we are today, the growth is just phenomenal. A lot of these girls, they never even really paid attention to football.
Uh-huh.
And so the knowledge, the football IQ was pretty low to start with,
Hmm.
but we're getting it every day. They're learning more and more. So I'm excited.
It's good. What are some of the challenges that you have noticed so far? You know, season's still young, but what are
Hmm.
those challenges you noticed so far?
So I've been around male sports predominantly because I
Hmm.
have two boys, two sons. So dealing with girls is a little different. You gotta, deal with their feelings, emotions. Like,
Hmm.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't even think about. But so that's a little challenging.
Yeah. You know, I ran a girls AAU basketball program for years, and you know, those was some of my best years of coaching. I had fun coaching the girls because they actually listen more than the boys do. Um, but you're right. You have to deal with some emotions, and you know, this is podcast world, so I can say these type of things. It seemed like my entire team every year, their monthly things would all sync up, and that would be one heck of a week of practice. There were many days that I just wanted to walk out the gym and just say, you know what, this week you guys got it. Y'all coach yourselves.
No, but they're willing to learn. We just have to have talk it through. We talk it through and we
Hmm.
move on.
I see. So I know after the first game on Tuesday night, and you know, you guys defeated my Spartans. Okay, that's okay. I won't hold it against you. You
Okay,
defeated our
thank you.
Spartans, but um, I'm sure there was a lot of excitement around that, you know, being the first victory. And as my coach Marcus says in the comments, he's one of my football coaches. Congratulations on your very first win as a coach.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, coach.
so how did the girls feel after that game?
Oh, they were pumped. They were super excited. But I had to bring them down a little bit, like, okay, all right, we got a game next week. So
Right.
temper those excitement just a little bit. I understand, it's very exciting, but we got to keep it moving and keep preparing.
Yeah, I was kind of, well, I'm not gonna say I was upset because I was out of town on vacation last week,
Oh,
so I
nice.
didn't get to see the game, but I was getting text messages about how great the atmosphere was and how great the games were. They said all three games at our site at Law was very good,
Mhm.
and it
Yeah.
was just exciting to hear. Because I'm a sports person, I'm a fanatic, and like I said, I coached girls for years, so I'm glad that this opportunity finally came in the county. Um, and you know, we was a little behind all the other counties that got them a couple years, 2 years ago, but we got it now. So
Yeah. We're here now, so just keep moving forward.
yep, we'll keep moving forward. So spotlight some of your girls, like highlight some of your top players, or I ain't gonna say your better players, but you know, your key players.
I don't know, because then is that giving the competition some? We have some athletes on our team, so
Mhm.
I wasn't really too concerned that the football IQ was low because it's like we'll teach you the football, but y'all athletes out here, so we have a lot of speedy people. I mean, you would have seen it anyway, but on the first play against Laurel, our girl Autumn ran it back for a touchdown, and then she almost did it again on the next play. So yeah, Autumn is one of our key players, I would say. I'm not gonna tell you her number, y'all figure it out.
I'm gonna go find it.
But
Don't worry.
so yeah, I don't know if I can tell you all my. I can't tell you. You come and watch, and you'll see who our key players are. But know that we have a lot of athletes on our team.
Let's see, you got this coaching thing down packed already. Because you know, I I try not to talk about my team too much on the show because I don't try to give out no extra information. But yeah, you got this coaching thing down pat. You tell you've been around the sports for a while.
I've been on for quite some time. Yeah.
My co-host, who, like I said, was running late today, he had a question. He said, "How do you like having the four hubs hosting the games, meaning having the games at four different sites?"
Um, it's interesting. Because I think my girls they didn't quite understand. Actually, no, I'm gonna take that. That was my fault. I put in that we were playing Northwestern next week because it was at Northwestern, but we're really playing Flowers at Northwestern. So it can be a little confusing, right? Like, okay,
Hmm.
we're going to Northwestern, but we're not playing Northwestern. We're playing Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really felt it yet because our first game was, against Laurel. We're going to Laurel. Next game tomorrow is our home game at Bowie. So, but just looking at the schedule, it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's something that probably takes time to get used to. And from my standpoint, I actually like the idea just because it just brings more people into the stadium at one time, so it gives the
True.
girls a bigger atmosphere. And that's my opinion, even though I missed the game, but
It didn't bring you into it, but everyone else.
right, didn't bring me there. I know speaking to my athletic director when they was talking about the schedule, and I was like, it'd be great to have. Before I knew about the four hubs, I was like, it'd be great to have the girls' games on Friday nights before the varsity football game. I thought that would
Hmm.
be pretty cool. Lead into the varsity game, but the county never does anything that makes any sense. So, so,
Yeah, I really was hoping that they wouldn't have this as a fall sport. It's just, competing for the field time is a little hectic.
yeah, that's one thing that disappointed me as well. I wanted it to be in the spring so I could actually coach it myself, and
Mm-hmm.
be involved. But because of the same, I get it. They all the other counties were doing it in the fall, so it's trying to make it uniform. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think the springtime would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Because everybody's fighting. You got soccer, girls and boys soccer, JV and varsity. And you got two football teams and the flag football team. So field
Yeah.
time is definitely a battle.
It is for sure.
Some weeks I know as a football team, I don't even get on the field but once a week. So, but
Oh,
we make
so you're
do.
saying I should stop complaining? That's what you.
No, I ain't no, I ain't, I'm not going to stop complaining. So you shouldn't either.
Okay. All right.
So, as the season progresses, you're going into week 2 this week, and who did you say you play this week?
Duval tomorrow.
No, Duval. Okay. So, what
Mhm.
are you expecting from your girls this week?
Well, of course, I expect another W. I mean, I gotta expect that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, we watched the game that they played. Who did they play last week? Parkdale,
Parkdale,
right?
yes.
Yeah, and I know Parkdale was looking pretty good out there. Yeah, so we watched that game. We watched the film, so we know what to kind of expect from them, and we are prepared for it.
Mhm. So you just said something that is important, for varsity football as well. Well, all football, but you said your girls watched the film. How did that go? How did they sit there and take film study?
Well, no, we as in the coaches watch the film. So
Okay, got you. Okay.
yeah, because time is at a premium. So yeah, I would love to have had a film study with them. But what I did give them assignment was to watch the Commanders game on last Thursday and tell
Yeah,
me
we're
something that
not
they
going to talk
noticed
about
about
that
their
game.
position. It's okay. We can talk about it. It's okay. You want to talk about the Ravens? That's my team. Um
Oh no.
No, but yeah, so I do have them watching NFL games, and although it's different, but there's a lot of things that they can take away and um, put towards their game as well.
And that'd be a good thing if they actually do it, because I tell my boys to watch NFL games and college games and study their position, but they rather go on IG and watch highlights instead of a whole game.
Well, so yeah, I'm sure that happened as well. They did have a written assignment to do after the game, but I'm sure that some AI probably helped some of them.
Yeah, yeah. I tried that last year too as well. And I told the kids, I said, look, don't go looking at a box score and giving me the box score.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the responses were straight from the box score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. One day they'll learn that it's to benefit them. I'm not just giving them work just to just because.
exactly, exactly. So your first season, and everything is still fresh and new. What are some of the things that you want to see improved in the game um, going forward? And I'm just letting you know I'm adding my co-host Midnight Rider into the show as well.
Um, how you doing?
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I heard some
Uh,
bad news before I jumped in. Heard something about you being a Ravens fan.
uh,
Yeah,
is that
Oh
bad?
yeah,
man,
bad
We're not
news.
competitors. Come on, I like the Commanders. I went to the Commanders game the other their opener, so
Okay,
it's okay.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
as long as you're not a Steelers fan, you
okay.
know. Okay, all right.
definitely not that.
Okay, very good. So we're good. We're cool. What would I want to see improved? Um, that's a good question. It's so early, and I have nothing to really compare it to. So it's like I don't know. I have to wait until we get through the season to sit back and really figure out what could make it better. Um, it's a good question. I mean, so
All right.
you said better in terms of just what participation, in terms of support.
Yeah, participation, support,
Yeah, I
structure.
mean, I think everything that has happened beforehand, like the publicity and all of that, was helpful in publicizing it. A lot of people have heard about it now. Um, Girls who didn't know about it before are now interested in trying to come in. So I think
Mhm.
next year we'll see even more. So look, maybe we'll be able to have a JV team. I don't know, because if I
Mhm.
would have been able to have that this year, I probably had enough to have two squads, a JV and a varsity.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that might be beneficial for the future growth of the sport.
Well, it seems like the
Cool.
sport is getting all of this attention now, especially with us having the flag football in the Olympics as well. So you're going
Hmm.
to see a big push. I think that was kind of the impetus behind the Commanders and the Ravens making their donations because the NFL is really trying to push flag, um, especially the ladies' version, as much as possible. I actually watched them. I guess they had an event on NFL Network, and they had all the teams playing. So I've seen that also. So it's a nice little push. Um, do you think, say, mid-season, you'll start seeing more and more people come out because they're getting behind the young ladies?
I hope so. I hope that happens. Yeah, especially like our team, they created their little Instagram page and they're posting everything. So I think getting that out there, people get excited and get behind it and start coming out.
Yeah, I always say if you want to attract the kids out, post it on Instagram or TikTok because
Got to be on the gram.
yeah, you're right about that. Right about that. You got another question, Midnight? Or you want me to?
You can go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm trying to catch up here.
gotcha. So if you can, like a lot of people don't understand the rules of flag football. Um,
Hmm.
Can you like just explain to the listeners, what are some of the rules that are different, of course, from regular football and those type of things that I'm like, I know you guys play on a smaller field, so you can explain some
Yeah.
of that to us.
Yep. So we're 7-on-7, not no contact. um, and our field is 80 yards, so they cut off the end zones, which I'm telling you, I get confused myself from time to time because I'm looking in the end zone and I'm like, oh no, shoot, it's it's at the 10, it's not there. So that takes some getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everyone is eligible to receive the ball. So even the center can go out for a pass. So that's definitely different than most flag. Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, that's a difference. Let's see what else is different. I know they've even changed some of the rules, I guess, that they had last year to this year. I think last year you could not do a backwards pass, but it doesn't matter because I wasn't there last year. But this year, that's legal. And when you're blocking, they prefer for you to have your hands behind your back because that helps you to not initiate the contact. They're gonna throw a flag on that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a faster paced game. We have 24-minute halves, so just halves, not quarters. Okay. And the halftime is, I want to say 3 minutes. So it's like, no, we just keep going.
Right.
Like the 2-minute warning is not a timeout. They just let you know, hey, it's 2 minutes, and it keeps going. So, so it's really fast.
You said 7-on-7, so I'm curious. Do the young ladies take a snap from a center? Is it a direct snap, or is it like a ball placed on like a stool or something like that? Because I've seen that in other leagues.
No, direct snap from the center.
Okay.
Yep. And the only requirement is the ball goes through her legs. That's it.
Okay. And then the other question is the pass rush. Do they have to come from outside of a certain area, or how do they do that?
The only requirement is you have to be a yard from the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
So just a yard back. So you can rush however many you want.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So as I was getting updates last week during the games, and they were talking about the Duval and Parkdale game where they don't think Parkdale even threw one pass the entire game. How does how do you look at that? Are you guys a well-balanced team, or do you leave it up into your girls to kind of figure out what feels comfortable to them? Or
no, I can't leave it up to them. Well, I'm not going to say that. There's certain times where I'll say, hey, all right, you do it. That's not often. I would say that we're pretty balanced, and I would say even for us, we didn't do a whole lot of passing in that first game. It's like the first game, a little nervous, trying to feel out what's working and what's not. So again, you're trying to get me to divulge our game plan, I think, but so you just have to come and see what we do tomorrow.
Okay, gotcha. I told her she's first year coach, man, but she got this coaching thing down to a T already.
Yeah, I heard her.
No information.
I heard her not answer our question by answering our question like, yeah, I caught that.
Yeah.
I would love to. At the end of the season, I will talk all about it.
All I heard was autumn, and she's pretty fast. So
that's what we know.
So we got to find the.
I mean, if you were at the game, you would already know that, right?
See, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the film now. Midnight Riding.
I'm about to join their Instagram because I didn't see anything on
that. Yeah, she got a whole set of plays in it that she ain't show last week, so she ain't won it on film yet. I understand. Trust me. But I'm saying
we gotta save some. We gotta save some.
I'm interested in this, Coach. And if y'all covered this, I apologize. I missed some of the beginning. Have you played any flag leagues? What's your experience with playing flag? Like, what's the extent of that?
Yeah, so I would say I started playing flag when I was in college. We had like a co-ed flag team. Honestly, I don't think I really knew much about football then. That's where I started learning it. And then once I graduated, some friends of mine, we put together our own little flag league, paid some refs to come out. Then we found another league in Montgomery County that was co-ed, did that for, I don't know, a lot of years. And then we found out that the women's tackle football was coming to the area. So I actually played in Baltimore with the Baltimore Burn for 3 years. And then
you just don't like DC at all.
that's not true, because then I moved and played with the DC Divas for a year, but then I had my second child, and then one child was enough. Two kids and playing football, it was too much. So I had to hang up my cleats after the second kid.
So are you familiar with Ali Hamlin?
I am. She was my QB when I was with the Divas.
Well, if you get a chance, go through our YouTube. We interview Ali on one of our other shows. Yeah, in the passenger seat, we had her. I've known of her for a while. She played on one of the flag teams I was associated with, and then of course the Divas. So yeah, we talked to her. I want to say about a month ago, maybe 2. But
okay,
yeah, check it out.
I'll
post it somewhere you can find it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah, but I'm feeling old now because that was a long time ago.
Look, we all feel old. Don't worry. Don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, trust me. I think I got y'all beat, so we good.
I don't know about that one, but
yeah, I don't know. I think I got y'all beat, but it's okay.
All right, Coach. Well, is there anything else you want to shout out or talk about your sport before we let you go?
Yeah, just want to commend all my girls out there. I told them how proud I am of them. It's a lot of hard work that they've been putting in since the summertime. And now they're seeing the fruits of all of their hard work. So come on out and watch the Bulldogs tomorrow, 5:40 at Bowie.
All right, tomorrow 5:40 versus Duval, and who else do you have playing at the school tomorrow?
I think the game before us is shucks, I forgot, but there is a 4:30 game. Northwestern is playing. I don't have that here, but Northwestern's playing somebody at 4:30.
Okay.
All right, and then that first play, just go ahead and let us know now what it is.
No.
Already know. Look, she already told on that one. It's going to Autumn.
Right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Look, you ain't have to. I read between the lines.
Well, if it does, I mean, if they can't stop it, then
That's right. Stick with what works.
That's right.
I don't think you don't play us again, so you ain't got to worry about me sending any information back. So
I don't know how the playoffs work exactly, but
oh yeah, you're right. So okay, well I'll make sure I talk to my flag coaches after this.
Okay, yes.
We just take out Autumn wherever Autumn goes.
I mean, that's just one person. I told you we have a whole team of athletes. So I mean,
I don't know, but see, that's the first one came off the top. Your dome. So
it's only because it was the first play. So that's all.
And she almost took the second one to the house too.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that one.
You know what? I'm gonna get off now. You're gonna get me in trouble with the other coaches.
Just a couple comments before I let you go. One of my coaches again, Coach Marcus, says she's on it. She ain't opened up the whole playbook. Another one of my coaches that's about to get fired, talking about we are #WeAreBoo.
That's right.
Yeah, he's about to get fired.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I think he's coaching over there with girls basketball. So
cool.
Yeah, one of my other coaches just said, Jerome, you switching up on the and then Coach Jerome said, don't take her out, need her for the basketball season. So
that's right. She is a baller. She's a basketballer.
Yeah, Jerome, you still fired. Just let you know.
Don't worry about it. I learned that at Laurel, they fire everybody every week. I think I got fired again this week too. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
fire all my coaches. Yep, I fire all my coaches every week. They're
Okay.
used to it. Well, thanks, Coach, for joining us. We'll
Of
let you go,
course.
and we look forward to seeing your girls in action, and hopefully we can get you back after the season to, divulge a little bit more information on how well your girls are doing and did this past season.
Yes, absolutely. You'll get a little bit more at the end of the season. Yes.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Well,
Sounds like a
thank
plan.
you, and go ahead.
No, I was gonna say sounds like a plan. Thanks for jumping in with us.
Yep,
Thanks for
and
having
and
me.
and shout out my boy, Coach Parrish, for making the connection. That's my boy over there. So,
All
all right,
right.
all right. Well, you have a good evening.
All right. You guys too.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, and that was Coach Williams, Bowie High School flag football coach, first year coach um, of the new startup program, and seemed like she was already in her coach's mode. Midnight
Mm-hmm.
Rider, she wasn't trying to give up no information.
She seemed
But
very excited the whole time about the process. That's what I liked.
yeah, she did. Very excited about that, and I think everybody in the county is really excited about it, man. Like I said during the interview, I wish we would have started it a couple years ago because we had a nice group of girls at law that was interested in playing, but
Mm.
they all graduated now, and if those girls would have played, I think we would have been one of the top teams in the state because they were ball players, they were athletes. So, all right,
That's good stuff, man. Now we
yeah,
talked about this probably right before it started, because I got word from, I'm not gonna say a source, but I got info from the Commanders about them making the donation, them getting the jerseys. So I was glad to see looks like the jerseys are similar to the football jerseys. They're the school colors.
yeah. They're school colors, and they look pretty decent. They tried to match up everybody. Look like the design is the same for all across the board, but just switched up to the school colors. Um,
Yeah.
and I got a picture of them, but I didn't even think about loading it on so we could show them. But for law, but they were yeah, they were some nice jerseys. And everybody got a home and away set. So shout out to the Commanders for doing that. My guy Dan Levy was a part of that, who runs the youth side of the Commanders. And I got to get him on the show. He said he's willing to come on the show whenever I'm ready. So I just got to get him on here and let him talk about some of the things that the Commanders are doing in the community with high school sports and the youth sports. So
I like that. That's a plan, man. That's a plan.
yeah. So how you feeling today, man? You worked too hard today?
Man, they just had me. I knew it was gonna happen today. But I ended up having to do some stuff right after. And then when I was coming in, um, one of the guys that is potentially joining the network, he was pitching me a show. So I had to try to rush him off the phone. Because he was just excited about it. I was like, all right, but let's wait a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Whew. Show number 8, I guess.
Hey
Actually, no,
man,
9.
we growing, man. We're growing daily.
Yeah, we
Growing
get that
daily.
one up. And I don't know if you caught Showtime Sarah in the drive time before you came on. Her and
No, I
Scooter.
didn't. I was on the practice field.
Okay. Yeah, they were covering for Maddie. He's out for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we got an interesting point of view. At one point there was a Dancing with the Stars recap and something about I love trashy white TV. So I was like, all right, sir, I don't know what we're doing. But okay.
All right, yeah, that's a hell of a topic right there. All right,
Yeah,
but
man.
okay.
So it's gonna. I think it's gonna be fun watching her because she's gonna grow into it a little bit more. She's been always the co-host. Now being the host of the show, having a little control. I think this will be fun, man. Can't wait to enjoy it. She did struggle with the show names though, so we gotta work on that. That's her homework this week. So
yeah, my guy Coach Mook said Coach Mook wants a show mic'd up with Coach Mook. Nah,
ooh, I don't know.
Podcast world, man, you can get away with a lot, but he get mic'd up. The Sideline Junkies Podcast Network will be no more. It will be no more.
Y'all look like an excitable bunch over there on the sidelines. So
yeah, we got an interesting crew, and the funny thing is, I'm like the quietest one of them all, but I'm the one that you don't know what's going to come out my mouth at times. So I might be the worst one. I might be the biggest asshole of them all. So
oh,
I might be. Coach Marcus said he need a show too.
all right.
Yeah, now he gonna be fired. He need to concentrate on one thing right now.
I think he fired me earlier, so we good, man.
Yeah, he did. He fired you. Yeah, he said you was late, so you fired.
Yeah. I feel like part of the family. Each week I get fired, so it's all good.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, there you go, man. You know, the 300, man. You don't know what's gonna happen anytime you enter in the 300, and ain't nobody exempt.
Do I need? I saw this week's results. Do I need to find like a patch of grass on the field somewhere where you buried this thing at? Because I don't think you took too much time looking at it.
Let me tell you something. If you would have talked to me Friday night, Saturday morning, it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad. But hey, the weekend is over. It's Monday. I done moved on to the next week. So
cool.
Yeah, you might not be able to find where that's buried at. That's somewhere with Jimmy Hoffa right now.
I've been there before, man. When I saw the result, I was like, yeah, that tape, that's one of the ones we just kind of wipe our hands, wait till the day changes and never unveil it ever again.
Man, let me tell you something. I was on the phone Friday night, Saturday morning. I ain't go to bed till 3:00. I was on the phone until 2:58. So that tell you where I was at. And then I was mad because I'm trying to play my NCAA league game.
I saw that.
And the damn thing was sitting there. I had an update that was downloading. It took forever. So that even made me more pissed off. So
yeah, you I guess you got AOL or something, coach, because that joint seemed like it took 24 hours, bro.
Nah, that was the football guys telling me, man, that you're gonna sit in this today. That football guy said, nah, you're gonna sit in this butt whooping and you're gonna feel all of this. And you're gonna leave it alone and then you're gonna get ready for Monday. That's what they was telling me.
Yeah, I had an ugly one. We were playing Chavez at Chavez.
Mm-hmm.
First quarter was like down 20. I don't think we scored the first 5 minutes. I was just looking at the thing, like, this is gonna be a long one. And you only get 5 timeouts, coach. So you only call timeout.
Right.
Oh man, you can only stop the momentum so many times.
Even in basketball, that clock be rolling, man. You be looking at it like clock moving, but it still seems like it ain't doing anything. Yep. Coach Marcus said it's a learning experience for us. Yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. I ain't talking about it no more. I said I moved on.
My bad.
We getting ready for the Northwestern Wildcats this week. we traveling to Hyattsville on Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff. Going to see my guy Coach Pierre and his crew over there. We expecting a better showing this week. Looking at the film, I think we match up well against them, and we're gonna see how it goes. We do get 2 of our starting linemen back this week that was out injured last week, so that's a big plus for us, man. And it's back to the drawing board. get it together and go back there and try to correct some things that we didn't do well on last Friday night, and go from there. We're going into week 3. It's still early in the season. Still a lot of football left to be played, and it's a week by week thing. We're just gonna keep on working. There's one thing that I never do. I never quit. I don't give up. I don't care what the score is. I don't care how bad situations may look. I don't care if I got 11 starters out hurt. It doesn't matter. I'm still, only thing I know how to do is coach, and I'm gonna keep on coaching. And when I get home, I might, go crazy, but we're gonna keep on preparing like we always do. All right.
Yeah.
And let me
What's
give,
your
let me give some love real quick to my JV teams before I have to go upside both these coaches' heads. Uh, Coach Jerome, who will be fired immediately after the season, for his "We Are Bowie" hashtag. He said Douglas is on the clock for JV. Yep. So they play Thursday night at the 300, 7 p.m. kickoff. And Coach Marcus says, shout out to the JV team. I don't know why we shouting him out, but I'm going to shout him out anyway, just because he said something. So shout out to my young guys who drive me crazy every day.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna ask you about that.
yeah,
They
they
seem
they,
like
they
an interesting bunch.
yeah they drive me crazy. But the young fellas is putting in some work though. They working hard, and they are getting, on a serious note, they are getting better and better each week. Um, There's a couple of guys down on that team that is going to they got some good careers ahead of them as long as they keep working and grinding, keep their heads in the books. I'm expecting some big things from that young group down there.
That's what's up. That's good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the fruits of your labor.
We trying, man. It's you coach for years, and this coaching thing, man, it's always a day by day thing. You never know what you're walking into when you walk into the building for the.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah. So before we go, man, just go over some of the football games in the area this week. We got Bladensburg versus Duval. That'll be, I think that's a Saturday kickoff. Then we got the big one in the county every year. We got Flowers versus Wise this weekend. It's always one of the top games in PG County each year. The two schools don't like each other on the field. On the field. I ain't gonna say off the field. On the field, they don't like each other, and it's usually each year. The last few years has been a battle who's gonna be the top dog in PG County. So
Okay.
it's an interesting matchup. I'm not gonna give my opinion on it, um, but I do have an opinion on it, and I think that I think that one team is clearly better than the other, but
Okay.
we'll see. But when that game is played, though, it's one of those things. It's like Dallas and the Redskins, or the NFC East in the 90s, 80s and 90s. It's a battle, and sometimes the better team doesn't win.
Right.
Sometimes it's the team that plays the hardest, or is the most physical. So we'll see how that game goes this weekend. We got Parkdale playing against Roosevelt this weekend. We got Suitland versus Oxon Hill. That should be a good game. And we got Suitland next Friday. They come into the 300. Of course, again, like I said, we're playing Northwestern. Bowie is playing Potomac, which should be another good game. Bowie bounced back this week with their victory over Bladensburg. Tell Jack it's not looking good over there, Jack. Not looking
Yeah.
good at all.
He already
Um,
said that though.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah, he
been
sent
down
me a
on it.
message. Yeah, he sent me a message about it, but just keep praying for him, Jack. That's all you can do. All you can do is just keep praying for him. We got Crossland taking on Largo. We got Frederick Douglass playing against Ratsville. Fairmont Heights playing against Gwynn Park. And then where's Friendly at? Friendly's playing against somebody. Okay, I don't see where Friendly's at, but I know they do got a game. So that's what's going on in PG County football this week. And like I said, we get to the heart of the schedule now, man. And going into week 3, a lot of teams have set their identities, so their identities are starting to show. And it's gonna be a battle all the way up through week 9 until we hit the playoffs.
It looks like on the 19th, Friendly plays Central at 6:30.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so Friendly and Central playing against each other. Okay. All right, cool. Appreciate that.
No problem, man.
All right, so what you got going on this week? What's going on the Sideline Junkies Network? Since you're involved in every daggone show that comes across the airwaves.
So tomorrow night, of course, we got the Tuesday night flight.
Uh-huh.
The host, I think it's myself, Jack, and Big Guy. I think B is working. Then Wednesday we have In the Passenger Seat. I think we have a baseball coach this week. We try to mix it up a little bit. Then Thursday, of course, is the Thursday night throwdown, which leads into the Thursday night football game. We try to give you a preview of that. Not sure about the host for that. Just know I'm one of them. Friday we're off. That's the easy thing. Saturday night is the WrestleManiacs, the only show you won't see my face on unless I'm a guest.
Yep.
Sunday Rise, we do our preview. I gotta figure out when we get you on as one of our guest pickers. We gotta look at a count and see what works best for you. If you're available,
I should be available this week.
Let me check make sure Jack didn't get anybody, because our person last week didn't show. But we can do that, get you involved. We do we normally do 5 games, maybe 6. Commanders are always in the group rundown. The Bills are always in the rundown. Then we kind of pick the best game on the slate. And then we try to pick a game with the best story. And then we try to just pick something else out of there. Have you you haven't looked at the picks though this week, have you?
No, I haven't looked at them yet.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, look, I know you made a little jump. I know you coming out to sell them. I seen, and when I glanced at it yesterday, early yesterday, I think you was right behind me. So yeah,
but it's that part where I fluctuate. I'm gonna go up and down, and then I normally get a good read by about week 6. And then you always have that crazy week where there's a bye and a little bit of everything happens. So you get like 1 or 2 of those. That's why I love this pick thing, because you can start, like I've started the last 2 years in last place. And I won the year last year. And the year before that, I think I finished in 2nd. So you just got to ride the wave, man. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about it. Yep.
Did you who'd you play in fantasy yesterday?
You know what? Who did I play? Let me see.
What are we? NFL? We're at NFL.com.
Yeah, we're NFL.com. Let's see.
So I got 117. The correspondent has 82. And he's got, who's he have left? Ladd McConkey, Brett Bowers, and the Texans defense is on the field now. That doesn't look good. Doesn't look good in the PPR. Let's see, Coach Powell. You're good God. Save some
Yeah,
points.
I got a good day from Jared Goff yesterday. Who's Thanos?
181, 181 to 131. He's got his kicker left.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's dead in the water.
You had 63 from Golf, 34 from James Cook,
Mm-hmm.
27 from Jameson Williams,
Yep.
and 18 from
Zach Ertz.
Ertz. Yep.
Yep.
Oh man. All right, Coach.
Yep. So yeah, I'll be 2-0. I'll take it. But fantasy world is just like picking games.
Yeah. I was
Get my
shocked
boy
by that
Anthony got
Detroit
one.
thing. I was shocked by Detroit beating Chicago that bad.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that bad. I thought Chicago, but Chicago is Chicago. I don't think Ben Johnson can save that.
I think he's a 2. I think he's a great coordinator. I just don't think he's a good coach.
Yep. It's kind of like Cliff. It's kind of like Cliff. I like his role better as an offensive coordinator than a head coach.
The only thing I think different with Cliff is I think he'll do a better job this next time around because he's going to control his destination.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible.
I
kind of feel like as long as JD5 is here, he's not going to go nowhere.
I think he's got one more year of that Arizona money. So he got that head coach money sitting there that he still gets. So I think he's got at best another year of that. And I think that might keep him here another year. But I think if the certain job comes up, I think he's taking that job and rolling with it. But we'll talk about that later on as we get further down the road. And I'll try to tell you who I think the job is.
Gotcha. Real quick, let me get a couple. Anthony, Coach, who's your favorite opponent in the DMV area? Nobody. I don't like anybody. I want to beat everybody. I ain't got no favorite opponent. It's me and whoever I'm coaching versus everybody else. I don't have no favorite.
I think he's
one
asking.
More before we go midnight to anybody in your fantasy league. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say I think maybe he's asking like maybe who's the rival for Laurel? Like, is there a team or like your version of your Dallas Cowboys?
So right now, it changes throughout the years. Like when I was in school at law, late 90s, High Point was a rival, Bowie was a rival, Roosevelt was a rival. During my 4 years, Suitland was a rival because we had tough battles with them all 4 years. I was in high school. So I would say now, I would say, Bowie is still a rival. There's a lot of the kids know each other. It's still close in proximity. Parkdale is probably a rival just because we've had some good, some battles, some tough battles over the last few years. High Point hasn't had a team. Didn't have a team last year, so I would say that right now. I'm not really sure. The school spirit is not like it used to be. Across all schools,
Mm-hmm.
You don't have those like those hated matchups like you used to have back in the day. So like I said, Flowers and Wise is always tough with each other because they're good always, and they're usually battling for the top 2 spots in the county. And then you got Potomac and Oxon Hill because of how close they are to each other, and they're battling for kids, of course, in the same neighborhood. So it's you can say Duval and Roosevelt is close, in proximity, and they share
Mm-hmm.
kids in that area as well. So, you know, I don't know, it's not really the same like it used to be back in the day. Like these kids, I tell my kids all the time, like, you know, y'all can have somebody on your team, one of your teammates or somebody else that, you know, just beat the mess out of you on the field, and then you out hanging with them
Right.
in the town center, you know, after the game. Like it's not like when you know, I didn't want to hang out with nobody from no other school. So
No, that makes sense.
yeah. And then this last question was midnight. Did anybody in your fans league that you guys have draft both Justin Herbert and Josh Allen on the team on the same team? Yeah.
No, no, I didn't
No.
have that. I mean, a lot of our guys are you draft a quarterback, then you stream your backup. I don't know many people that had two quarterbacks. Off the top of my head, even as I'm,
Yeah.
oh, I actually know there's one with three,
Yeah.
but this is necessity because Jack actually drafted Burrow, has Daniel Jones and Baker Mayfield on his bench, so that's the only one I can see kind of
Mm.
close to that situation. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anything else, Coach?
Mm-hmm. Nope, that's it. Coach Mook's last comment was kids too buddy nowadays. Yep. Everybody's friends with each other. So all right, but yeah, that's all I got going on, man. And
Hey,
you
write
know,
this topic down because I'm curious, and maybe it's a coach's topic. But do
mm-hmm.
you think with social media being the way it is, that it kind of dampens the rivalries because they have the ability to be friends and to connect, and they probably played either AAU or something like that. Like, does that really affect the rivalry?
Yeah, we'll table that one for a day because
Yeah,
that can
yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yep, that can go on for about a good 30 minutes.
Exactly. That's why I said
Mhm.
let's put a we as we call it on our show, we call it putting a pin in it. So you put a pin
Gotcha.
in it and come back to it later on.
All right, that's what we'll do. So, all right, fellas, I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Um, and we'll see y'all again next Monday, same time, same place. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
I can't give my John Thompson quote today because we did a little overtime, but we'll be all right. All right, appreciate you, Midnight Riding.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep. And look, if I don't talk to you, I'll see you on the air.
I'll see you. So all right, so Monday I'm a guest on a different show on a different
Gotcha.
network. So I think that's at 7:30. So I might start with you and just do double duty. Like hop out at like 7:20 and then hop over there and do their thing.
Gotcha. Yep, told you. Hardest working man in podcast world.
Hey man, I'm trying to get where people just if somebody asks for it, they get the experience, man.
Right. Hey man, you the man. Look, we're gonna have to get the use your connections and get the rooster on here one day.
All right, I got you. I got you.
Yep, get my
Definitely
man the
come on.
rooster on here.
I
Yep,
only thing I think I owe him a wrestling show, but I think I can get him.
gotcha. All
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
All right, man. Well, you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evening, man.
You do the same, man.
All right, catch you later.
Catch you later.